Hoopa, Pete, you're number one. And hey, Chess Night. I'm a little tired. It's 2:14. We'll try to go till 4 o'clock. But I've kind of run out of things to say. But we'll keep at it, because I don't want you to be shaken out of this stock when we're so close to victory. Of course, they have Railtown down almost a penny at 45 cents. Fingers down a penny at 147. That is not my vault, is down 7.5 cents at $2.07. Sound Hound is up 62 cents at $13.36. Mountain is flat at $12. Railtown is 44.1 by 45.65. 10,000. They're trying to scare you into thinking there's a lot for sale. 51,000 shares is the volume, and I would guess the majority of that volume is the sales volume is fake. It's all fake. But we have, if you can stand to hold on to it, which you should, we're now up to Railtown, 11,905,412 shares, or something like that. 198 people, and we have, according to Yahoo's outstanding shares outstanding, 8.5%. So, I mean, I'll give you an example. Soundhound, who I think Railtown can beat all day long, Sound Hound has a market cap of $5.5 billion. So if you assume, I know it's a big assumption, but if you assume that Railtown goes to $5.5 billion and we have 8.5%, we're almost $500 million right there. And guess who's going to come after that? Because he's going to think that it's his doing. I won't even mention his name. I'll keep his name out of my mouth. But they're going to come after it with some crazy ideas, getting you to go into being hot money again. Stop being hot money. Stop being hot money. Hey, Robert Kepke. Wow, I'm tired. Is this the future of my life, always being tired? I guess. Let's see what I can show you. Sound Hound. Oh, I don't want to show you that again. Showed you that yesterday. I guess we can go over these. I don't really know what they are. These are things people sent to me. But first we can go over a chart on Railtown. See that big yellow line there? That's where they want to bring it down. That big, I know it's a broad line because I did it with a I did it on my phone, but that top of that yellow is support. Of course, if you look right here and go over to the left, that gets into the support over here. So they tried to drive it down. There's no question that Railtown broke below its pennant, broke below support, and they're trying to keep that going today. And if the lawyers delay, it could be next week and the following week. But I think the attorneys have come back from vacation, and they will wrap this up. That's what I think. And then the chart's not going to matter. I would imagine, I mean, there's nothing more to see with that chart. I would imagine that if they finally announce that the deal is done, I would imagine the stock goes to $1.25 very quickly. I don't know if I want to talk about the rest of it. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. The most current research report we have on Railtown is dated July 2nd, 2024. I would imagine there will be an updated report soon. But let's go through it again. Just because if you're watching the stock price, you're feeling like the shorts know something you don't know. The shorts do not know anything about Railtown. There's two kinds of shorts. Those with loaded guns and those who dig. There's two kinds of shorts. There's the ones that try for the bigger play of destroying the entire market cap and stealing the entire market cap or some part of it in conjunction with hedge funds and with a complacent, complicit, compliant Wall Street and Wall Street regulatory regime. The other short are the day traders. So today, even with 50,000 shares traded, or 57, you know, if somebody it opened at 46, it's at 44 right now. The high was 46, the low, that doesn't make any sense. It shows the low of 46. Is that possibly correct? I guess. The bid is 44. Anyway, even with 50,000 shares, if they're day trading and they sold it at 46 and get you to sell at 44 to them, they make $1,000 on 50,000 shares. 2 pennies on 50,000 shares is $1,000. So there's the day traders as well. And that's all they're trying to do. That's all they're trying to do. They don't know anything. But from a year ago, we'll just quickly go through this again. Railtown AI Technologies, advanced AI for efficient software development. Railtown AI is pioneering a powerful tool to transform and enhance software development efficiency and quality. We believe, that's the research report, we believe the company's first mover advantage and the founder's history of success positions the company well to capture a meaningful share of the market over the long term. We initiate coverage with a speculative buy rating and a target price of US dollars, $2 US. So they don't say where the stock was trading when they issued this report, but I believe it was trading at 62 cents. You're paying less than where the stock was trading a year ago when this report came out. And you should be buying with both hands. You should be buying everything you can. There should be a crowd on aisle 9 buying every last tub, carton, container of Railtown stock. Railtown AI, poised for growth in the expanding software developer market. Railtown AI is developing a robust tool to revolutionize software development by boosting productivity, improving quality, and saving time and money. Acting as an intelligent assistant, the tool learns client software in order to automate repetitive tasks, monitor performance, and serve as a built-in quality checker. The platform currently functions as a root cause analyzer, a conductor, a velocity dashboard, and a release notes automator, with future enhancements including automatic ticket generation and no-code virtual software development. Railtown's addressable market a year ago Railtown's addressable market is projected to exceed $3 billion by full year 2024. Last year, $3 billion. Driven by the expanding global population of software developers. The company's sales strategy targets small to medium businesses and enterprises through direct sales and partnerships with Microsoft partners, like one of the companies they have in here in the report. These collaborations leverage established networks to accelerate user adoption and scale the platform efficiently. This is before they signed up with AI partnerships. We estimate a target price of $2 per share for Railtown AI Technologies using an enterprise value over revenue multiple of 12 times on full year 27 estimated revenue and accounting for a 20% dilution factor in the number of shares. Given Railtown's first mover advantage and the founder's proven track record, we expect significant market share capture over 3 years, which they define significant, I guess, as 3%. Doesn't sound very significant to me. we project higher adoption rates in the United States because of higher return on capital and launch timing. We use a market penetration rate of 3% in the United States and 0.5% elsewhere. Based on these assumptions and the current pricing structure, we estimate a target price of $2 a share. Key catalysts for Railtown AI at this early stage a year ago mainly involve improving market visibility and rapid revenue growth through strong market validation. Potential positive news flow, and they've had a bunch of it that they've released, from rapid scaling, and they've shown rapid scaling, but they just haven't told us the revenue. User acquisition, they've added users, but they can't tell us the revenue yet. And engagement metrics indicates robust market validation and substantial market share potential. Strategic partnerships with industry leaders will enhance user growth and credibility. While the company has a clear revenue model, emerging new revenue streams, such as that AI partnership, may improve visibility and revenue growth. It's a year ago. I don't want to read the rest of it. I'm already bored with it. I've read it to you so many times. But the point is, the target from a year ago, and everything's only gotten better, and the overall market's gotten better, and the multiples for AI have gotten better. The year ago target was $2. Stock's at 50 cents. You should be buying every bit you can. But it's human nature. Oh my gosh, the stock's down. I'm scared. I'm going to freeze. I'm not going to do anything. If it goes up, I'll buy more. Well, you can buy all you want right now at 46 cents. Last year's target was $2. Why isn't it there? Visibility, discussion, revenue, management discussion, buying, it's all on hold while the lawyers futz around. But the lawyers will complete their job because they have to. By definition, it's been 7 months. It will be 7 months next week. You can't wait that long with big news. You just can't. Otherwise, you're an incompetent law firm. It's 44.1 to 45.68. We've got 1.5 more hours. It could be tomorrow that the attorneys finally finish this. What's that likelihood? I would put it low. They're going to milk this for all they can. They're drifting back into the office from well-deserved vacations because they're so important. So I think it'll be next week. But it could be tomorrow. You don't know. Just because it's taken every single day we know of this summer doesn't mean it's going to take another day. It's getting very close. Why? Because it's September. And the money is starting to flow on Wall Street. September, October, November. Money will be flowing into AI and unfortunately into silver and gold and mining shares and oil and gas. While we wait to have some money to invest, the market's moving without us because even dunderheads in private equity finally the light bulb goes off and they all act at the same time. 44 by 45.76, 10,000 by 54,000, 54,000, 54,000, 5,000. They want you to think there's a lot of stock for sale. There isn't. But remember, they get to crime without consequence because The government is controlled by Goldman Sachs. The regulators are controlled by Goldman Sachs. Congress is controlled by Goldman Sachs. And Wagner is controlled by Goldman Sachs. Every bloody person involved with Wall Street is controlled by Goldman Sachs. And a handful of others. How could you get back at it? Buy every share you can. Buy every share you can. Today, tomorrow, Monday. Buy everything you can on a stock that's going to be $5. It's sitting here at 45 cents ask, 46 cents ask. That target, of course, is according to me. My target. There's a bunch of interesting stuff going on. Wall Street forecasts oil in the 50s next year. Great time to buy. All right, I realize I'm being slow today. Goldman Sachs, quote, diversify into commodities, especially gold, unquote, Goldman tells client. Gold bugs are celebrating this week's blue sky breakout. Yeah, you can argue the chart shows a breakout. You can argue that. Spot prices hit record highs. Gold is trading around $3,542 an ounce. Ray Dalio warned earlier this week that the United States is drifting into a debt crisis. Look, everybody's talking about a debt crisis. There's no question we have a lot of bloody debt. But when everybody talks about something, what is the surprise? I mean, the crisis isn't going to go away, but it could be kicked down the road further. I don't know. In other words, it might surprise everybody that we have lower interest rates over the near term rather than higher. But that's the battle going on. The battle is, can the Fed control longer term interest rates by jawboning, because they don't otherwise, or does the bond market break away from the Fed's manipulations? Samantha Dart, Goldman's co-head of global commodities research. She told clients to diversify into commodities, especially gold. I guess because it feels right. Commodities remain a critical portfolio diversifier. Maybe that should be our slogan, DEI. Commodities equals DEI, diversification. Quote, to be sure, our base case implies only modest positive returns for commodity indices over the next year. However, growing U.S. institutional credibility risks, as well as increasing commodity supply concentration, create tail risk that could lead to commodity price spikes while weighing on equities and bonds, Samantha Dart said with her extremely, it doesn't say anything. Her two scenarios, first, a scenario where Fed independence is damaged, would like, who cares what she thinks? Then she says, gold remains our highest conviction long recommendation in the commodity space. Swell. I hope she's earning her $1.5 million a year. Chinese stocks crash after Beijing seeks to contain bubble. China's equity rally lost steam in the past few sessions. The sell-off today was triggered by a Bloomberg report of China's financial regulators mulling cooling measures for the market after a $1.2 trillion rally stoked worries of a speculative frenzy. Everyone's worried about the frenzy, which could be true, but what would be the surprise? The surprise would be that everything keeps going upward. Bob Kennedy is speaking to Congress. Oil price. OPEC crude production rose by about 400,000 barrels per day in August, led by Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia accounted for just over half the increase. The UAE and Nigeria also increased production, and Libya managed modest gains. The production rise comes as OPEC plus ministers are preparing to meet this Sunday, with speculation building that the alliance could authorize an additional increase beyond the already scheduled unwinding of voluntary reductions. Benchmark Brent crude is trading at $67 per barrel. Kazakhstan boosted its August production by more than 2%. With 1.65 million barrels per day of voluntary curbs still on the books, the bloc retains a solid buffer of withheld supply. Saudi Arabia and Russia account for the bulk of these pledged reductions, while smaller portions are spread across Kuwait, the UAE, and Kazakhstan. NBC asks Epstein survivors, did anybody see or hear of President Trump himself doing anything inappropriate as it related to Epstein? Epstein survivors answer, no. Are you sure? Like, really sure? Survivors, nothing. NBC, you've been through a lot. So maybe you just forgot or blocked it out or something. Survivors, zero, nothing. We are certain. NBC, well, it's still an open question then. We may never know. I feel sorry for you guys. You do not have an honest press. It's a shame. All right, let's see what's going on. Pete the Greek, number one. Numero uno is Opa. Opa is uno. Chestnut, good afternoon. Robert Kopecki, good morning, good afternoon here. Gary Madrill, good afternoon. Northeast Iowa. Shorts are up to no good. They're being naughty. Hang in there, everyone. Yeah, they're being naughty. But like I just pointed out, obviously there's not enough volume today for this to be factual. The volume is 66,700 shares. But conceptually, if they shorted 50,000 shares, sold 50,000 shares, which do not exist, they do not borrow, they do not locate, and they never deliver, but Ann Wagner doesn't care. And they cover it, 2 cents later, they make $1,000. That's all they're doing. They're just day trading. They don't know anything. So just hang in there. Right now, you can buy all the stock you want for 46 cents a share. All of it you want for 46 cents a share. They don't know anything. They just know the path of least resistance is downward as ever. Because they can't buy. It's not like they have a lot of money to buy. They can't buy endless fake shares. All they really can do is sell endless fake shares. It's illegal as heck. But Chucky Crawwell is okay with it. He doesn't care if the companies on his market get destroyed. He doesn't care. Dirty Randy, Agree, William. But Corey obviously doesn't give a flying about shareholders. He should give an update on what's going on. This is pathetic. This is not short selling. This is long. Well, I don't think so. I think it is short selling. There may be some longs that are tired. But let's think through what a long is doing. A long is pissed off. It feels good to do something. And they get it out of their system. But they can only sell once. And then when the deal finally gets accomplished, they miss out. It's really self-sabotage to just impatiently sell, but it feels good because you're doing something. Ah, I did it. And then where are you going to put the money? He should give an update about what is going on. Well, unfortunately, this is where the criminals have the advantage. They can cheat, they can crime, they can collude, they can sell, they can hide their faces. No one's interested, and they can get away with it. But the longs, which is what the company is and the CEO is, they have to follow the rules. And Corey cannot give an update until his legal team approves the release of information on the merger. If Corey gives an update to shareholders that goes outside of limited amount of information, he runs the risk of breaking the rules. I know it sounds crazy, but that's the way it is. The attorneys, this is a live wire for them. They can make their year on this. They can charge $1,500, $2,500 an hour. They can have conference calls with the company, bring the lead attorney on, bring a junior attorney on, bring an assistant on, bring a clerk on, and charge hourly rates for all of them, get it up to $3,000 or $4,000 an hour, and they can print money. And they're going to keep doing it till that's just how attorneys think. But it's got to be over soon, Dirty Randy. It has to be over soon. I mean, I guess they could drag it out further, but it was February 11th. So that's March 11th, April 11th, May 11th, June 11th, July 11th, August 11th, and it's going to soon be September 11th. 7 months. That's a long time to not update. I agree with you, to not update with shareholders and not update the regulators. And I just don't know how you can go much longer than 6 months without announcing something. Hey, we're hijacked by the most expensive, incompetent law firm in British Columbia. They can't get their work done on time. Or, hey, our business is booming so much, we've announced 5 deals, and I don't know, I'm making it up. There's 15 more to go. I'm making it up. And we just can't keep up with all the demand. Or guess what, guys? Everything's turned to crap, and we were just joking. We don't have a product. The company has been a fake pretender all along. That's not going to happen. But whatever it is, they got to announce it. They can't keep everyone in the dark much longer. But I think rather than, for a guy like me, Um, you know, I paid my ticket and I'm taking my chances. I know these are the winning numbers for Powerball, but I pay, I'm already in. I can't add any. I don't have capital, but for the people who still have capital or other shares to sell from other high risk junky stocks, you could take advantage of this delay rather than be upset about it. I'm not talking about you, Dirty, or me, but other people, that you could take advantage of this delay and add to your position with both hands. That's what you should be doing, in my judgment. You should be buying all you can, holding all you can, adding all you can, taking advantage of the slow motion strike, which they're being paid for, that the attorneys are on. I hope AI kicks attorneys' butts, because how difficult is it to write the same document out, contract after contract? Probably not that hard. And AI could wipe out entire staffs of law firms. And I would love it. I would love it. But anyway, it's not short selling. This is longs. Maybe. I don't think so. It could be. It's only 66,000 shares. And Dirty, I think the 54.5, 4,500, 54.5, 54.5, they're showing it either 2 or 3 times different prices. That's all shorts. That's not real stock. That's spoofing. It's illegal. But Ann Wagner doesn't care about it. And the guy that runs the over-the-counter markets doesn't care about it either. Just like the press, the markets are all fake. The press is all fake. What a discouraging world. What a discouraging world. Do you know, I was listening to the news while I walked down to the bank. Do you know that God promised Cyprus to Israel 3,000 years ago? Cyprus belongs to Israel now. God was very generous. Dennis Alex. I think I'm going to wait till it hits support at 37 cents. Downtrend is getting painful. Well, you're not going to buy it at 37 cents. Unless you put an order in and it spikes downward, you won't have a chance to buy it. But Dennis, if you feel that it's painful and your best strategy in this pain is to wait for it to go lower, you're going to miss out. The most likely event going forward is tomorrow they announce the deal is done, or Monday they announce the deal is done, or next Wednesday they announce the deal is done, or the following Monday they announce the deal is done. Those are my targets. By September 15th, this deal will be announced, in my opinion. And if you're waiting for it and it's painful and you're waiting for it to go down to 37 cents, you're going to miss out. Yes, it's painful if you're a day trader, but you're not a day trader. You're not a day trader. This is both the opportunity we have to build up a large position and the price we pay to see 10 times, in my judgment, 10 times our money out of the gate, whatever out of the gate means, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, but very quickly you'll see 10x. And then from that point, you'll see another 10x or better over the months. Ceteris paribus. But I think it's the best opportunity, and I mean, it's one framework, Dennis. One framework is that the downtrend is painful. Another framework is, you know, I knew that it was going to take time. I knew August was a goner because lawyers go, everybody in Canada goes on vacation, eh? And now we're just 2 days into September, and I'm expecting miracles. Maybe I should be saying, wow, I still have a chance to add to my position. Even 1,000 shares, Dennis. 1,000 shares right now would cost you $450. In a year's time, that might be worth 50 grand. Might be worth 80 grand. Rather than focusing on the pain, maybe we should be focusing on the potential gain. Maybe. But I understand. I'm in it, and I'm certainly I mean, it's not even like waiting for Christmas or waiting for your birthday. It's just the waiting goes on, and the selling goes on and on. But we're not in it for hot money. We're not in it for hot money. Even if it goes to 5, I don't want you selling it. Of course, you got to do what you feel's right. But I don't think you should sell it at 5 or 6 or 7. Because where are you going to go? To a Benedetto Beauty? These stocks, all of these stocks, regardless of who's pitching them to you, they're just, it's a useless place to put your money. There's mining shares out there. They're already starting to move. That's the frustrating thing. But there will be other places to put your money than the latest Ham Hallelujah or Benedetto Beauty or Borders Baloney. And I mean, the volume's low, 70,000 shares, 9,000 shares. Somebody, 9,000 and 6,000. Somebody had to get out at the lows. Do you really believe that? I don't believe it. Hey, Donna is saying hello to everyone. Giuseppe, hanging around. I know. That's the thing. Our brains have gotten trained for instant action, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We want to feel alive. Dennis says hello, Miss Donna. Donna says hi, Dennis. The Winged Wolf says good afternoon. Bill Miko, you're crazy. Bill Miko sold over the last weeks, have 40,000 now. All right, I'll reduce your number to 40,000. Bill is a hot money guy. I mean, you did wait 90 days, so I'll give you credit for that. And he says, if no news soon, this will be at 20 cents. Well, I don't agree with you, but you know, everybody has their analysis. Railtown has had news. You're crazy to sell. You're going to regret it. But you got to do what makes you feel like you're doing something. Feels good to act. It feels good. When you wait, you're not acting. So it feels good to take action. Man, I'm mad. They haven't put any news out. I'm getting out. Railtown is not GTII. It's not CRTD. It just isn't, but I can't explain it to you any better than that. So last month, Railtown put out news, Railtown AI Technologies and AI Partnerships Corp partner with Brayet AI to bring Canadian AI to the Middle East. Then that last month, Railtown AI announces a new feature release called Auto Triage, Automatic Triage, as part of the company's best-in-class conductor developer platform, best in class. They announced also last month, Railtown AI Technologies announces strategic development and revenue sharing partnership with Ignite Sequence LLC. They didn't give any revenue projections. Doesn't mean revenue doesn't exist. They just can't do it because lawyers haven't finished the documents. That doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means you can't see it yet. But you feel your best action is to sell? Then that's your best action. Last month, Railtown closed a non-brokered private placement. 2 months ago, Railtown AI Technologies announces strategic partnership with Quantum.IQ. Again, no revenues. Doesn't mean they don't exist. It just means the attorneys haven't finished papering up the acquisition of AI Partnership Corp by Railtown Technologies. Therefore, the company cannot talk about revenues. Is the best action, therefore, to assume the stock's going to 20 cents and you should sell because you don't know anything, because it feels good to sell? Maybe. I don't think so. 2 months ago, Railtown AI Technologies announces strategic partnership with ESG AI Technologies, Inc. And one of the biggest customers there is the London Stock Exchange. A lot of visibility 2 months ago. But no revenues announced because the attorneys still haven't finished the paperwork. Why would that be, that they haven't finished the paperwork? Because they're incompetent? Sure. Because they're stalling so they make a lot of money? Sure. Or could it be that the documents are so voluminous, they have such a volume, such a high number of pages, and they involve so many different signatures and so many different parties and so many different companies and so many different revenue agreements that they can't even say grace over this amount of business, and the attorneys can't even keep up with it? It could be that. But your best strategy during you hold the stock, Bill, during the dog days of August and the summer, and just as everybody comes back to school, you say to yourself, that's it, I'm going to sell? That's not logical thinking. That's just being pissed off. And the only person you're going to have hurt, Bill, is yourself. But God love you. God love you. It's your money. It's your choices. 3 months ago, Railtown AI Technologies announces commercialization of groundbreaking developer frameworks, Langtrax and Railtrax. Commercialization. You haven't heard about the revenue yet from those because the lawyers haven't finished their work. It could be because the lawyers are incompetent. It could be the lawyers are hijacking the company for fees, or it could be that the documents are so big and complex and growing that they can't finish it in time. It's probably that, which is good news. But you feel like the best time to sell is when everybody comes back to school, when everybody comes back to work, when Wall Street is getting ready to flood AI 2.0 with capital. That's when you think's the best time to sell. And so what if the stock went to 20 cents? It'll be $20 by year end. But you're going to be the one that knows to sell and buy it back and do the dance. I don't know. Like I said, God love you. 3 months ago, Railtown AI Technologies launches powerful Visual Studio extension to supercharge developer productivity with artificial intelligence. Sounds pretty good to me. Not good enough for you, though, because there's no price action. Why isn't there price action to the upside? Because the company is in a quiet period. And what's your conclusion, Bill? That because the quiet period now has gone on next week 7 months, that therefore it's a disaster. It must mean the company's going to 20 cents. I don't know how you come up with that conclusion. It seems stupid, frankly, because if the deal had broken up, they'd have to announce it. There's no way to stall that something broke up. So the most logical thing, but you're not thinking with logic, you're thinking with feelings. And you feel pissed off. Well, let's see what Bill Michael had. I'll try to reduce the number of shares while we're here. It's all approximate anyway, but let me see if I can do it. It's just emotionalism. Bill, you're behaving with all respect. Well, it's not true. Men, when they're angry, behave with emotions too. But you're behaving like every girlfriend you ever had. Emotions. You're not using your logic. Why would it be taking this long? Well, one reason not to announce it in August is everybody's on vacation. You wait till September. Why wouldn't you do it right now? Get it done right now, because Bill needs to know he's impatient. Well, one reason is the first week in September, people are just waddling back to their desks. Next week, everybody's back at their desk for sure. That would be the perfect time to, all right, so Bill Michael cut his position in half. I can't make this update. So that's pretty easy. We're not at 11.9. We are at 11.8. 65, 412, because Bill Michael sold 40,000 in a peak because he feels like if we don't get news soon, it's going to 20 cents. So we're actually at 11,865,000 now. We're probably still at 8.5% because we were over 8.5%. So we're probably still there. Bill can sell another 40,000. Let's assume he's going to sell it. We'll bring this down to, that'll be 11,825,000. So we'll still be over 11,800,000 when Bill gets out of it altogether, because he feels like it's going to go to 20 cents. I don't know. I do not know what to say. Okay, so 3 months ago, Railtown AI Technologies to present at the 2025 Elevate AI Summit. 6 months ago, Railtown AI Technologies announces MOU to acquire AI Partnership Corp. So that's one, excuse me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 announcements since they announced the acquisition. They've had 10 announcements, which I just counted quickly. If I made a mistake, I'm not trying to exaggerate. I think I got it correct. But they've made 10 announcements since, and it's not good enough. We need news soon. It's the stupidest time to lower your position. But hey, you got to do what your emotions tell you, just like a girl. Railtown AI Technologies announces MOU to acquire AI Partnerships Corp. On February 11, 2025. Railtown AI Technologies Inc., RAIL Canada, or over-the-counter QB, RLAIF, Railtown AI, Railtown, or the company, is pleased to announce it has executed a memorandum of understanding for the acquisition of AI Partnerships Corp., AIP, the acquisition transaction, or acquisition, a Toronto-based company that has established an affiliate network of over 160 primarily North American AI SaaS companies that provide AI-based vertical market solutions and AI development and management tools. The acquisition will create a dynamic organization that drives substantial revenue growth and scales enterprise AI solutions worldwide. AIP's affiliate network operates in 13 countries and delivers AI-based solutions to a diverse client base across multiple industries, including fintech, healthcare, manufacturing, supply chain management, and other sectors which they're agnostic to the specific sector application. The combination of Railtown AI and AIP is expected to provide both organizations with an opportunity to leverage Railtown's AI Conductor product as a platform of choice for AI application development by AIP's current and future affiliates and their end users. One of the fundamental objectives in the establishment of AIP's affiliate network, this is for the AIP network, they set it up to allow AIP to identify and acquire the best affiliates as part of a broader strategic roll-up strategy. The transaction is expected to provide the resulting entity the benefit of a public company structure with access to capital markets as it executes its affiliate acquisition strategy. $400 million in revenue. $400 million in revenue. But you think it's the best time to sell just because the lawyers are taking a long time. It's just emotionalism. AIP's established affiliate network provides a significant opportunity to grow recurring revenue streams. Significant opportunity to grow recurring revenue streams But hey, they haven't gotten it done by the first week of September, so you better bloody well sell your stock. Artificial deadline, artificial reason to sell means you stand on the sideline when the stock goes. I mean, 80,000 shares at $5, 400 grand. Now it'll be 200 grand if you keep it. But you sidestepped having to wait any longer. I don't know. So they're going to execute the affiliate acquisition strategy. 400 million in revenues they're going to acquire. Some part of that. But hey, that couldn't be the reason why it's delayed. It's just delayed because there's no news, so you better get out. AIP's established affiliate network provides a significant opportunity to grow recurring revenue streams through affiliate acquisitions, which could be enhanced, the revenue could be enhanced by deploying Railtown AI's proprietary technologies across the affiliate network and its customers. Look, out of 160 companies, they agreed to be purchased by Railtown because Railtown's proprietary technologies suck. Key drivers of revenue growth include acquiring affiliates. The company plans to acquire select high-performing affiliates. And as a result of combining their product offerings, will provide a rich suite of vertical market AI-based applications and development tools in order to meet the needs of enterprise clients. Next, they intend to integrate platforms. Railtown AI's Conductor platform will streamline AI development for affiliates and their enterprise clients, increasing both adoption and productivity. It's the best time to sell. This is the best time to sell. Further, they're going to expand partnerships. Expand partnerships. Oh my God, that sounds terrible. Who would want a company that's expanding partnerships? With relationships already in place with major technology partners, including Mila, Amy, Microsoft, NVIDIA, AMD, and UBC, the company will continue to leverage these partnerships to accelerate. Oh my gosh, why would you want to be in a company who is going to accelerate enterprise sales and product innovation? Man, you got to sidestep that. Sidestep it. You've been waiting for 4 months. Why wait another week or two? Get the hell out, right, Bill? Recurring enterprise revenue. The integration of AI-based vertical market applications, along with AI development and management tools and services across the affiliate network, is anticipated to drive strong recurring revenue growth from long-term contracts, enterprise contracts. But hey, Bill, you know when to get out. Your feelings are telling you it's time to get out. Your brain's not doing it. Quote, this acquisition represents a transformative moment for both Railtown AI and AI Partnerships Corp. By combining our Conductor platform with AIP's extensive affiliate network and enterprise partnerships, We are creating a powerhouse. But you know when to sell, just before that's announced, because you're tired of waiting. You're pissed off. You don't want to wait in line for your driver's license any longer. You'll go drive your car without a driver's license rather than wait any longer in this line while the people behind the desk take vacations and dawdle and take lunch breaks. You're not waiting anymore. That's for damn sure. Feels good. We are creating a powerhouse that will drive significant revenue growth and deliver innovative AI solutions to businesses around the world. The opportunities ahead are immense, but I'm going to miss it because I don't want to wait any longer. I don't care how immense the opportunities are. I'm getting the hell out of it because I waited June, July, August, and I'm not going to wait 1 or 2 weeks into September. No way, no how. I made it through the vacation period, the 3-day weekend when no one was working, everyone was shuffling to the street, and now that they're back at their desks to make this son of a bitch transaction actually happen, I'm getting out. Because I'm pissed off. The opportunities ahead are immense. We are poised to expand our reach, to scale enterprise sales, and to accelerate innovation across industries. Together, we will shape the future of artificial intelligence in ways that unlock long-term value for our shareholders. But hey, let's get out now, because if there's no news, the stock's going to 20 cents, according to Bill Miko. Said Corey Brandolini, CEO of Railtown AI Technologies. And then another quote, from its inception, AIP, AI Partnership, AIP set out to assemble the largest network of AI solutions organizations that provide a diverse package of AI solutions that meet the needs of enterprises in industry sectors that realize significant return on investment from the adoption of AI-based application solutions. This is what we decided to do from the beginning, but Bill Miko can't wait any longer because of an artificial lockdown on news, because attorneys are taking their sweet-ass time. Bill Miko wants to pay the penalty. He wants to really hurt himself because he's so pissed off at the attorneys. We found Railtown Conductor had broad deployment relevance across the entirety, all 160 companies of our network. With the combination of Railtown and AIP, we are excited to actualize our public market vision. But hopefully we'll get it done without Bill Miko, because he can't wait any longer. As we seek to commence with an aggressive, but we can't show it to you yet because attorneys are taking their dawdle-ass time. But we'll show the attorneys. We'll sell it now and next week. If the news isn't ready, just because the attorneys haven't finished. Idiotic. It's just idiotic. We are excited to actualize our public market vision as we seek to commence with an aggressive, targeted affiliate acquisition mandate upon the conclusion of this exciting transaction. stated Dr. Tom Core, CEO of AI Partnerships Corp. The acquisition is expected to position the company to capitalize on the rapidly expanding demand for AI solutions in key sectors. But hell no, I don't want to be in it. I want to be out because the lawyers are taking so long. Has nothing to do with the business plan. Has nothing to do with the AI opportunity. Has nothing to do with companies demanding AI solutions. It's just the lawyers are taking their lard-ass time to finish the bloody paperwork, so Bill Miko is deciding that's the best time to sell. It's not logical. And I apologize for getting frustrated, but it's like talking to a girlfriend. It's what you feel you're reacting to, not logic. So I get pissed off because I'm never going to win. You're going to do what you feel. The ability to provide enterprise clients with a fully integrated suite of AI tools and services, which range from software as a service applications to advanced development platforms. Being able to offer this integrated suite gives the organization a strong competitive advantage in domestic and international markets. Here's the AI partnerships team. You don't want to wait till they can execute this out in the open. You would rather just get the hell out because the lawyers are taking a long time. Michael Nobrega, former president and CEO of the Ontario Municipal Employees Retirement System, one of Canada's largest pension funds with more than $100 billion in assets under management. He previously served as the president and CEO of OMER's wholly owned subsidiary, the Borealis Infrastructure Management Incorporated. Dr. Tom Core. Dr. Tom Core, former president and CEO of Ontario Centres of Excellence for 10 years, previously held the joint positions of president and CEO of the Accelerator Center at the Waterloo Research and Technology Park. Dr. Tom Core. Patrick Horgan. Entire professional career at IBM, and at the time of his retirement was COO of IBM Canada. He was responsible for the successful implementation of the AI and high-performance computer initiatives with the government of Ontario. I don't want to give him a chance. Lawyers have taken too long. I don't want to wait. Obviously, lawyers taking so long, it means the deal is finished. It's not going to happen. Or the lawyers will never finish the deal. That's what it means. That's what it feels like, because I'm thinking like a girl. John Ruffalo. John Ruffalo, founder and managing partner of Mavericks Private Equity, founder of OMERS Ventures, an organization that he ran for 8 years. OMERS Ventures is the venture capital arm of the OMERS Pension Fund. Again, Ontario Municipal Employees Retirement Services Pension Fund. During his leadership, Omer's Ventures invested over $500 million of capital in 40 disruptive technology companies across North America, and he never had delays with attorneys. Everything happened right away. He never had to show patience. He never had to wait until documents got signed or documents got finalized. Everything was instantaneous. He made investments in Shopify, Hootsuite, Desire to Learn, Hopper, Wattpad, and League, among others. John Ruffolo. Then there's a bunch of advisors. Here's the founder, the co-founder of Railtown, Marwan Haddad. But hey, the lawyers are taking too long. You can't wait to see what these guys are going to get done. And by the way, Railtown on its own, this report is without the merger. This is just Railtown on its own at $2. So you're going to think it's going to go to 20 cents. It could go to $2 on its own without AIP partners. But hey, it feels good. If they don't get it done, I sold some, have 40K now. If no news soon, this will be at 20 cents. Apropos nothing. So the best thing is to lighten your position. What's more likely? That the lawyers have taken 7 months? Is it more likely that the news won't be soon? Or that the news will be soon, after 7 months? Which is more likely? I don't know what happens to thinking. Who was that girl you were talking to? Just emotionalism. Marwan Haddad, co-founder, I'm not going to read the bullet points. Marwan Haddad has over 25 years of software development experience, in addition to 10 years of experience leading and building high-performance engineering and product development teams. But let's not give him a chance. Let's punish ourselves because the lawyers are taking their sweet effing ass time. Let's blame it. Let's punish ourselves for the dawdling attorneys instead of waiting to when they are going to finish. It's been 7 months. Do you think they need another 7 months? Do you think, Bill, that the regulators will allow Railtown to not publish revenue? For 2 quarters, they haven't published. Do you think they'll allow a third quarter without demanding that something be announced? What do you think? You don't think. You're emotional. Right now. I'm sure you think most of the time, but right now you're being emotional. He was Chief Technology Officer and Vice President of Engineering of Resos, a global award-winning prop tech cloud platform. Prior to Resos, Marwan was a software consultant and solutions provider with a wide range of local and international companies, teams, applications, and he holds an exciting degree, and he worked with a lot of large companies. And then there's Corey Brandolini. Let's not wait for his hard work to show up. Let's just assume, because the company's in a quiet period, that the lawyers are going to take forever more, and that it's all bad news because we haven't heard anything. It's very childish. Corey Brandolini has over 30 years of experience as a founder, partner, angel investor, financier, and advisor to disruptive high-growth software companies within the technology industry. His wealth of capital markets experience includes helping to raise well over $150 million for private and public technology companies. His 20 years of experience in the investment banking industry includes a bunch of things. Corey was previously a partner of voice over internet protocol telephony company Teleo Inc., which was acquired by Microsoft, and he was a director of the cross-platform cloud storage application Delivio Inc., also acquired, and a co-founder of PropTech cloud platform RESAS, which has over 400,000 subscribing realtors worldwide. Dr. Elliot Holtram, co-founder, a wide range of experience, natural sciences, engineering, and technology, co-founder, CEO, and COO of Extract AI, a machine learning company that was acquired by Patriot One Technologies, PhD in geophysics, and etc. And then it goes on. But let's not wait for these guys to show you what they've done over the last year, to show you the revenue over the last 6 months, to show you their built-up performance, because Bill Miko has decided that September, the first week in September, is the time for the news. And if the news doesn't come out, sell half your position. And if it doesn't come out soon, the stock's going to 20 cents. You know, with friends like this, with enemies like this, the shorts don't need friends. All right, the bid is 44.31. The ask is 45.83. The volume is 83,000. It's down a penny, and oh my gosh, it's got to be bad news. They sold 123 shares at 44.95. 123 shares. So 60 bucks. 60 bucks. I don't know. I've got to get off the subject. I got to get off the subject. Bill, I appreciate that you've been in the stock this long, and I appreciate you still have half your position, and I hope you make a lot of money with half your position. And I know in the future, when the stock's $5, $10, $15, you will not regret having sold half of your position at the emotional inflection point because you ran out of patience and courage. I know you won't, because it's the right thing to do. You'll remember your emotions 6 months from now when the stock's $50, or 9 months or a year. When the stock's $50, you'll remember these emotions, and you won't curse your decision, because you'll know that you made the right one, because your emotions are always correct. Guys, you can't put a false deadline. False deadlines do not make correct investing decisions. False deadlines and then taking action, that's just it's a fiction. It's like you're thinking you're doing something. You're not. You're destroying your own rate of return in the future. It'd be better to set it and forget it. It'd be better to establish your position and go fishing. It would be better to buy your shares of stock and do crosswords. But instead, Bill Miko is going to micromanage it. If the news doesn't come out soon, it'll be 20 cents. Based on what? Anyway, it's not only Bill. It's this other guy up here, too, got all upset. Jack Hamilton, good afternoon. Hey, Jack, Donna says. Jack, got to go through the ugly before we hit the good. Well, guys, it's not that ugly. The last trade that I show was 123 shares. I don't know why no one's buying, because it's human emotion. The trade before that was 177 shares. This isn't anything to get afraid of. The trade before that was 500 shares at 45.4. The trade before that was 500 shares at 45.23. Then you get one that's a little bit more, 9,000 shares at 44.87. So $4,000, $4,400 is going to decide the entire value of this company? I guess it's time. We're pissed off at the attorneys, and the best thing to do, since the attorneys are taking so long, is to screw ourselves by selling our position at the artificial price that the criminals are setting because it feels good. I don't know why I do these. I don't know why I do any of this stuff anymore. I really don't. I really don't. Hey, Donna. And Donna's the best. She bought one share. That's great, Donna. I'm gonna add that. That'll offset Bill's 40,000 shares sell. Good job. Giuseppe. Everyone, Corey's can't say anything during a quiet building period and selling before deal is finalized and revenue. Yeah, selling before deal is finalized and revenue revealed is crazy in my opinion. Obviously, I've made that point myself. It would be great if the tape was telling a better story, I admit, but we have to be at the finish line just a bit longer. I agree with that. Look, you have to decide if you're hot money, if you're instant gratification, and by the way, 90 days, 6 months is not a long time in investments. But if that's your time frame on investment performance, I'd suggest the craps table or trading options. Find a training course on how to trade options. There's the thunder. My mother must have just gotten to heaven. Jack Hamilton. I hope this holds till Monday so I can pick up more. Yeah, that's how to look at it, Jack. Look, my gut instinct is it won't be tomorrow, because I would classify it as good news, and I don't think you put good news out on a Friday, but it could be tomorrow. Monday is a logical day, but with good news, I think Tuesday and Wednesday are better days of the week. So you might have a chance Monday. On the other hand, it could be the following week. And if it's the following week, Bill Michael will be out of his entire position. Maybe. Maybe. She just got to heaven. Make it a hold until Tuesday. Donna says thanks. Lizard King says, where's the signature? What signature? On the documents you need Corey Brandolini, Marwan, you got the whole team at Railtown, you've got a bunch of investors at Railtown. Clearly you've got a lot of deal flow. They've announced 4 or 5 of them. Maybe there's more. You've got the regulators that have to sign off. You've got Canaccord Genuity and all the overpaid wankers. They need to get their 2 cents in and sign off. And then they may have a money raised proposal. Then you've got AI partners. I just showed you the 3 founders. You've got all of the investors. They've probably got, they're precluded from buying because they're so close to the group. And then you've got 165 companies. Each of those companies has attorneys, has boards of directors, has CEOs and large shareholders. You need signatures of some agglomeration. You could be talking 100, 200, 300 attorneys, and Bill Miko wants the news now. Darn it. Or I'm selling. I don't get it. I don't get it. It makes sense that this is taking so long. And I told you August was a goner. No one believed me. It was painful, of course, to wait through August. But Canada loves its vacations. Lawyers love their vacations. Overpaid wankers love their vacations. Canadians, eh? CJ Yukon, 1 green day this week would be nice. Guys, I don't know. You torture yourselves. You torture yourselves. We already know that the market is corrupt. We already know that the criminals just sell, sell, sell. In this stock, I've shown you 46 million shares sold initially that didn't exist. They may have worked away some of it, but 46 million shares. It could be an arbitrage with the real shares out of Canada in some cases. 46 million shares. We know all this. There's no buyers because of the quiet period. We know this. We know this. That gives us the opportunity to buy. And then we pretend that somehow the market's changed. Once we've established our position, the market is going to go back to being the way it was 40 years ago. It's still the same corrupt market. What you're counting on is the attorneys to get the damn paperwork done. And by the way, it's in our interest that the paperwork is done correctly. Why? Because ultimately Railtown probably will be purchased by Microsoft. And if the paperwork is shit, then the takeover price will be shit. So it's in our interest. And of course, while the mice are at work, the rats will play, or whatever the saying is. But all of a sudden, we can't deal with it anymore. The stock is up from 22 cents for some people, not me. My average price, I looked it up, I think is a little bit over 35 cents. But still, it's up from 35 cents. But we can't wait. We just cannot wait. We've had it. I don't know. I guess you've heard so many lies and so many misrepresentations expectations and so many bullshit stories that you assume this is a bullshit story. I think the fact that there's been no news means the deal is still on. The most recent news, both companies announced their deal together. There was a quarterly update that reaffirmed the merger. I showed it to you yesterday. And AI is booming. The multiples are out of this world that are happening right now. This research report is 12x, 3% of a small addressable market. I bet this analyst wishes they could rewrite this. 12x. If this went to 50 times or 60 times, it'd be a $10 target instead of $2. But you want to punish yourself because attorneys are slow. So you're going to sell half your position. If Railtown were another Benedetto Beauty or another Ham Hallelujah or another Borders bomb, maybe you'd be right. Because the information you had in any of those other stocks was all sketchy. But the information you have here is pretty darn good. Except for 6 months, there's been no revenue news. Does that mean no revenues have happened? Does that mean Conductor stopped working? Is Conductor no longer best in class first mover? Is Conductor no longer the product that John Ruffalo and Dr. Tom Core and Mike Nobrega decided, hey, this is great. Why don't you buy us? Is it no longer that? Because the attorneys are taking so bloody long? And you're pissed off? You can't wait another week or two? Or, I mean, it could be longer. Fair enough. And you can't wait. You can't wait. The stock's 46 cents. I think it'll be $5 or $6 after its initial climb. And from that $5 or $6, you still got 10x more, $50, $60. And that's before the company's bought out. I think the buyout of the company will be between $200 and $300 a share. But that's down the road. But your gut tells you if news doesn't happen soon. Some people, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's a shame. It's still a good position. 40,000 shares is still a good position. All right, let's see how it closes. 357. It's 44.31 by 45.67. 94,000 shares. 94,180 shares. Last trade 45.12. And that was 500 shares. So about $220. The previous sale was 300 shares. The previous one was 1,075. And there was one for 1,100. And there was one for 5,045. So the last 5 trades add up to about 8,000 shares. Less than $4,000 worth of stock is making everyone anxious. And it's all because the attorneys can't get their work done. which might be because they're incompetent. It might be because they're greedy, or it might be that the news is so good and so big that they can't keep up with the changes. It could be that. But oh my gosh, if the news doesn't come out soon, stock's going to be 20. Now they traded 217 shares. Who the hell is trading $100 worth of stock? 217 shares at 45.63. That's going to be what you make your decisions based on. You shouldn't be investing. You should buy an ETF. Let somebody else run the money. Buy a mutual fund. All right, it closed at 45.48, 96,000 shares. Let me see what the last trade. 500 shares. Oh no, they did 100 at 45.2. They did 500 at 45.11, and then they did 500 at 45.48. So the stock closed down half a penny at 45.48 on 97,000 shares. And by golly, if there's not news by tomorrow or Monday, the stock's going to go to 20 cents. That's just anger talking. I understand the anger. I just wish you weren't punishing yourself by selling your stock. That'll show the attorneys. That'll show them. I'm going to show these attorneys how mad I am. I'm going to sell my stock. Eddie Rawlings. Waiting is an active position. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Waiting is a decision. And I think waiting is the toughest part about an investment. Toughest part is waiting. But it's the most rewarding part. But problem with waiting is you don't feel like it's an active decision. But you're right, Eddie. If you can tell yourself that I'm taking action by waiting, then you don't feel like you have to sell or buy or do anything. CJ Yukon. I hope it goes to 20. I don't think it will. Remember one thing in investing: money plus emotions equals loss. Money has no emotions. That's true. Money's like a machine. Take it from me, someone that deals with emotions. Money has no emotions. You're right. Michael Haight. 2 more shares, Michael Haight. All right. Michael Haight, 2 more shares. I think that's great. Adding 2, Donna added 1. Bravo. Oh, okay. So, Bill, I'm purchasing equipment for my business that makes me money. I've been with us since February. Yeah. Well, I'm sure your business is making money, and that makes sense. You got to do what's right for you. I hope on 40,000 shares, hell. 40,000 shares times $5, 200 grand. Yeah, anyway, you're right. You got to look out for your business. You are correct about that. Michael Haight, I will be buying more when Funds clear. I hope so. If you get a chance, Ward 20 cents, not. Michael Haight bought 210 shares. All right. Hi, Steve. CJ Utah. That's true. Everyone's situation is different. No one knows why Bill may have needed to sell. Be kind. Yeah. I'm not trying to be mean. I don't know. I just actually wish he had been able to wait so he could make money. But he's making the best decision for himself. And he needed the money to buy something for his business. So he's got to do that. So yeah, I didn't mean to be unkind, but it's just so frustrating. And he can still make money with the remainder. He can still make a good return on the half that he has left. So from a standpoint of running a business, that may have been his best decision. And as adamant as I'm being, none of us know the future. So it's not you're right, CJ Yukon. It's not I said it was emotional, and that's unfair. It can be a very rational decision, particularly if the reason is to buy equipment that makes money. And then that's a different reason. That's not, hey, I'm tired of waiting and the stock's going to 20 cents, which is what I thought the reason was. If the reason is, hey, I need to raise some capital to make sure my business works, you're right. You're right. So I should be kind. Political gamer. I bought good companies at low prices. And as soon as I heard all-time highs, I cashed out and bought a house. So political gamer is saying his advice to you is to buy good stocks at low prices, cash out, in other words, buy low, sell high, and then buy a house. This is great entertainment, but not an investing strategy. What a helpful guy. What a helpful guy. These plays just never work out. Buy good stocks at low prices, sell at highs, and buy a house. It's what I did, and it takes a lot of stress out of investing. Good for you, political gamer. You bought low, sold high, and you bought a house. Bravo. Guy I know who I told to invest in Railtown sold 20,000 today. Well, I can't fight it anymore. I can't fight it anymore. It's the cost. It's the cost of doing things properly, using attorneys, and attorneys take forever. It's just the cost. And I'm sorry that it took so long, such that Bill obviously had no choice but to sell for his business. Your friend had no choice but to sell. It's a shame. But I think it's not going to hurt the attorneys. It's not going to hurt the company. And I really believe that Railtown is not CRTD, GTII, GBUX, and all these other crappy stories. But I can understand if you feel like it's too much time and you can't wait any longer. And this is what the shorts count on. And remember, there's different kinds of shorts. Bill, when I add your friend to Bill's, that's 60,000 shares. If they got 25 cents out of that trade on the other side, well, they wouldn't have gotten 25 cents. If they got 5 cents on the other side, they made $3,000. You know, good for them. Good for them. So guys, I guess the message is time's up. I guess that's the message that Brandon's friend and Bill have. If you have other uses for the money, for business, for life, guess, you know, beginning of September, it's time to move on, I guess. You've been, as Bill said, he's been with this since February, and that's enough time, I guess. The key is the last announcement. It said Railtown and AI partners together. I agree. I don't think there's any indication that the deal has fallen apart. They just haven't been able to announce it yet. And August is vacation time. This was a 3-day weekend. Most people probably haven't even gotten back to their office yet. But hey, time's up. That's fine. Everybody has a right to decide when time's up on a trade. Everybody has that right. So if you want to get out, get out. I think it's absolutely the wrong decision, but let's do it. Let's reward the shorts. Let's punish the attorneys by selling. And hey, 6 months is enough time. Any decent trade is going to work out in 6 months. It's not like Amazon took years. It's not like Facebook took 2 or 3 years. It's not like the cell phone, that company that went out of business, or Palm, didn't take Palm years to get off the ground. It's a new world. You got to get it done within 6 months. And if the attorneys don't get it done on time, that's not my fault. That's the fault of the company. I'm getting out and I'm going to put my money elsewhere. I don't blame you. So if you guys want to do it, do it. I'm not going to fight anymore. I've given you the best information. I get worked up. I'm not trying to be unkind to Bill. I'm trying to, you know, snap him out of it, but I'm not going to fight anymore. If you guys want to sell, sell. I'm tired of it. If you think this is just like the other stocks and you think like Political Gamer, somehow he's giving you the greatest buy low, sell high. Yeah, longs did sell. You were right. I was wrong. I would say the longs sold because of the shorts. If this stock were 75 cents, they wouldn't be selling. But it's human emotions. When it comes down, you sell. When it goes up, you buy. Back assward. But I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm going to be kind and just allow people to do whatever their feelings tell them to do. And the stock is being manipulated like every other stock. Might as well trade based on price rather than based on knowledge that you know that you've got 2 excellent companies and great teams combining in the hottest space on the planet, maybe other than gold. And because the lawyers are taking a long time, What the hell? It's not going to work. Very logical. I can't, it's outstanding logic. Political, I know it sounds cliche. Cash out when you hear highs on the news. Buy an affordable home. It's the key to success. Okay, I'm going to shut my channel down and I'm going to give it to Political Gamer because he knows. Buy low, sell high, buy a house. Bravo. All right, Dirty Randy. William, I'm fully aware of the fraud. The market makers moving all over is a joke. Yeah, I wonder sometimes, Dirty Randy, if there's really market makers, because it's all computers. I think they're there just to manipulate, you know. I think it's the shorts doing it, but they're doing it through a so-called market maker to hide their identity. But you're right, it's a joke. There is a big short. I'm pissed off at Corey and his lack of transparency. Better not go past September. Well, it could. I mean, it could go past September. I don't see how, but it could. It could go. It doesn't, as long as it doesn't change the underlying story. I'm not sure what you'd have Corey say. Hey, world. We're bringing in revenue deals hand over fist, but I'm not allowed to tell you that. Or, hey, world, we're negotiating with AI partners, but the price of the stock is down, so we've hit a sticking point on the number of shares. I don't think he's going to say that to the world. I don't see that as an issue, by the way, because AI partners right now is not worth a whole lot of money. Think about this. AI partners is like an association. It's like a newsletter charging a fee. So they got 160 companies. I don't know how much they charge each company to join, but it's not a lot of money. So if you give a multiple on that, AI partners isn't worth a whole lot. So you got AI partners, they've got their tentacles in 160 companies. They've got to solidify at least the relationship with the core companies to get the revenue. That's legal work. It takes time, and it makes sense that it takes time and a lot of legal work. But I don't think Corey, what you don't understand is if Corey says something, just one thing during the quiet period, and the stock, maybe it doesn't react to it, or it does, but if he steps 1 foot wrong, there's attorneys that will file class action lawsuits on behalf of Ellie Mae, who didn't get a chance to trade on that news before he talked. It's a world of regulation and lawsuits. So you got to listen to your attorneys. You've got to keep your mouth shut while the attorneys tell you don't say anything, because you can step in it and lose your company. You can lose your freedom. If you're a CEO, if you're one of the criminals, you can keep doing it forever. No one cares about trillions of dollars being stolen from the markets, no taxes paid on it. And that same group of people asks our government to support Israel. I don't know. It's very frustrating. I think I understand, Dirty Randy, that you don't want it to go past September, but I think it puts false pressure on yourself. Nobody knew that this would take. I didn't think it would take till September, but we did know that there's lawyers involved and there's agreements involved and there's 160 companies involved. We did know there's a process. We did know that. Obviously, we didn't know it would take this long. But, you know, that's life in the slow lane. I don't know. I don't have a deadline of September. If it goes into October, all the fundamental story is the same. For me, and I'm sure I don't have as big an account as you do, for me to turn 50 cents into $5 and then into $50 maybe, it's worth the wait. That's how it is. I don't know a better alternative. Energy Vault, G-Bucks, MTEN, Quantum. What's the better alternative? I don't see one, but I understand it. I'm pissed off at Corey and his lack of transparency. Well, I don't think he's been given a chance to be transparent. I showed you 2 of his videos and the corporate update from a year ago. I think when he has a chance, he's pretty transparent. But darn it, this is the world the criminals work in. People get impatient, people get frustrated. Longs and CEOs can't say anything because it's against the law, but criminals can crime because it's against the law, and no one enforces the law. Better not go past September. Trust me, buying an affordable home and these plays will be fun. I don't want people in plays, political gamer. This isn't a play. This isn't a play. I don't want people playing. I want them away from all these stocks. All these stocks suck, except Railtown. Now you're going to say, well, Railtown it went to 68 and now it's 48, so there's obviously something wrong. Well, there's going to be shorting and endless shorting and endless shorting. There's the big time shorts and there's the day trading shorts and the swing trading shorts. If a swing trader sold at 68, buys back at 48 on 100,000 shares, it's 20 grand. Pretty nice. It's not digging ditches. It's not driving a truck. It's not stocking shelves. It's not washing dishes. It's pretty nice money. And that's going to happen. And when lawyers take their sweet ass time, it's open for this. But lawyers have to do a good job. They have to do a good job. Because it's those documents which are going to make Microsoft pay $275 a share. Those are my guesses. Down in the future, down the road. And, you know, that's the price we have to pay, is this. But this is idiotic advice. I'm glad it worked for you, political gamer. But I don't want people to be playing these stocks. These aren't plays. These are just throwing your money away. If you want plays to make money, mining shares, oil and gas, income, There are other quote unquote plays, not these, but thank you, Political Gleaner, for your thoughts. Imagine getting this mat over 20K of someone else's money. Am I missing something? I don't know your point. I don't know your point. Are you saying that if I'm upset about it, it's because it's hurting me somehow, that I'm missing out on some sort of manipulation or payday or something? That's not it, but thank you for the assuming bad intent. I think it's much more that I just wish people would stay in. Hey, yeah, it bugs me that Bill will miss out on the gains. But he's a big guy. He knows what he's doing. And he waited 6 months. And for him, that was long enough. He probably delayed a business acquisition for 6 months and he ran out of time. That's what happens. That's life in the fast lane, slow lane, life in park, life in neutral, life in reverse, life in second gear, life in overdrive, whatever. So I don't think you're missing anything, CJ. It bothers me. I want everybody to make money on this trade. It's about as simple as it gets. But if you want to see something more negative, I guess. You know what? I'm going to stop talking about. I'm going to stop talking about Railtown. This will be my last. This will be my last post on Railtown. Obviously, if I get upset, and it comes across like I don't know what. I'm some bad guy. I'm upset that Bill is. I think he could have sold that 40,000 shares at $5 if he waited a month. But he didn't want to wait a month. He needed the money now. I understand that. So whatever equipment he's buying for business, to my view, it's going to cost him 200 grand. But it might be worth it. Bill Myco, hey Pete, I'm going to laugh my ass off when you're broke. John Croissant, welcome from Juneau. Wow, I've never been to Alaska. Could they drag Northwest Iowa? Could they drag this out to the new year? I don't see how, because you've got business decisions to make, and the wall of capital that's coming from Wall Street is going to be the third quarter, maybe the fourth quarter. And no, it's not going to come to a company that's still in a quiet period. So they got to get out of this for business reasons. The attorneys will be glad to primp and prune and plump and pee for the next several months, because they could bring in hundreds, if not millions of dollars in fees, and they can prove to each other how smart they are. But at some point, businessmen and women have to take over. Attorneys are just a curse, but they're a necessary curse. So I don't know the answer. But no, I don't think it's going to last. I'm telling you, that's what gets me frustrated, that Bill sold. I don't think it's going to last beyond September 15th. I don't. Could I be wrong? Yes, I've been wrong for the last 2 or 3 months. And in that sense, Bill's right, because I've been wrong. But I really think by September 15th, this deal is done. But until then, people are going to believe that Railtown is just another crappy play and might as well put the money into equipment for business. Might as well do that as wait another 2 weeks. And it's a shame. It's a shame that the process has taken so long. And it's a shame that people's investment horizon is so urgent. It's a shame. But hey, at least they tried. They bought it and held it for a while. And, you know, you got to give them that. You got to give Bill that he did own it for 6 months. You got to give him credit for that. This is true. Bill does not have to sit in this stock. That's true. That is true. Justin Babish. Bought 500. Good. Good. Good for you. So you're 27,000. That's great. That's exactly the right thing to do. Jack Hamilton picked up 438 before it by the bell. Good for you, Jack. Good for you guys. Donna's was the best today, buying 1 share. Brandon Neely. Yeah, I can't imagine. They're probably working too hard. My lives are too long to watch. But I am trying to make sure people hold the stock. And, you know, CJ Yukon thinks might think I have some bad motive. I don't. I'm not getting paid by the company. I'm not getting a bounty by the company. I just really, it just pains me that the game, the corruption works. And a good guy like Bill Michael reduces his position by half because the system is just such a bloody, it's unfair. The company can't say anything. The lawyers take forever. And the shorts play. And there's no research. There's no news from any other sources. There's no trading desks anymore. It's just all rigged to get guys like Bill, and I say it respectfully, to say, screw it. I'm not going to sit in this any longer. I'm getting out. And so the shorts win. Somebody sold 40,000 shares at 68 cents. And now Bill gave him his stock at 48 cents or whatever, just conceptually, a conceptual number. And that person, because he knows human psychology, made $8 grand. It's pretty good for a couple of months' work. 6 weeks of work, 8 grand in one trade. And that annoys me. That's why I got worked up. But Bill is able now to move forward with his business and be what's the word? Be calm about his business. And, he made the best decision for himself. And if he's happy with it, I'm happy with it. I shouldn't get upset about it. I'm happy with it. He'll make, if he keeps the remainder, he'll make money on that. And that'll be a nice trade, and it'll be worth it. So, Political Gamer has a strategy for you. Buy low, sell high, buy an affordable home. If you don't mind, I'm going to skip his comments. Is it possible during the quiet period for Railtown to give an update? Well, they did give this, which I took down. So let me go find it. I couldn't find it myself, but this is a quarterly statement right here. June 30, 2025, management's discussion and analysis of position and results for the period of June 30, 2025. The company has executed a memorandum of understanding. This is June 30, 2025. The company has executed a memorandum of understanding for the acquisition of AI Partnerships Corp., a Toronto-based company that has an established affiliate network of over 160, primarily North American, AI software as a service company that provide AI-based vertical market solutions and AI development and management tools. The acquisition will create a dynamic organization that drives substantial revenue growth and scales enterprise AI solutions worldwide. Both companies are working toward finalizing a letter of intent to formalize the acquisition. This was given on June 30, and that's pretty transparent, but doesn't say much that we don't know. But they put it out June 30, so that's 2 months ago. I don't know when that went out. It was as of June 30. I think it went out maybe last week or this week. I was unable to find it. I guess I just didn't know how to search what name to use. I'll try to do it. But I really think, Brandon, I'm going to stop doing. People want to sell, they can sell. I'm tired. I get worked up on behalf of people, and it's assumed my motives are greedy. My motives aren't greedy. Anyway, I'm tired of defending it. I really am. If you want to get out, in my opinion, Bill Miko just made the most important equipment, the most expensive equipment acquisition he's ever made. But he doesn't see it that way, which is fair enough. But if and when Railtown, let's say, goes to $10, whatever he just bought is going to have cost him 400 grand. That's the price of an affordable home. And if Railtown goes where I think it's going to go by the end of the year, $25 a share, $25 a share, I think Bill Michael that's $1 million. Bill Michael just paid $1 million for whatever equipment he's buying. That's how I see it. But he's given me a shot for 6 months, and I've been wrong apparently for 6 months. And therefore, time's up. That's life. That's how investing goes. But I think whatever equipment he just purchased is $1 million equipment. But we'll see. He's correct that he doesn't have to sit on it. And he's correct that he's given it 6 months. Fair enough. He did what he set out to do. But I think 40,000 shares will be worth $1 million in the very near-term horizon for most human beings, possibly by the end of the year. But hey, and I get worked up on it. It's not because CJ Yukon is missing something. I get mad about it. It's not because there's anything out of my pocket. I've just put a lot of time in it, and I guess it's misplaced, but I'd like to see you guys make money. And I'm disappointed that Bill Michael's going to miss out on, for me, that's a lot of money. But I know Bill actually is pretty well off. So he doesn't, $1 million is not going to change Bill's life. It won't. He's already comfortable, and I understand that. So everybody has their own parameters and their own goals. And some things don't frustrate people. I don't think Bill will be upset that he missed out on $1 million sale, and instead he got 20 grand. Because that 20 grand probably is buying something very important for his business. I think in 9 months he'll look at it and realize whatever he bought cost $1 million. But at this point, I can't prove that. I can't back it up more than I have. And the quiet period is still there. So big investors cannot buy. They simply cannot buy. And the shorts, the longer term shorts, the medium term shorts, and the short term shorts, they're all selling stock they don't own because the American stock system is set up to benefit just a handful of men. And they're going to just punctuate the market, puncture, take the air out of it, take Bill Michael's stock, thank you very much. He thinks he's making a rational decision. Fair enough. But the markets are not rational. And the delay comes because the attorneys cannot finish. You probably have a document that's this thick for Railtown to acquire AI Partners. And then you have a document this thick for AI Partners to be sold to Railtown. And then you have documents this thick for maybe 30 of the companies in Railtown, in AI Partners network that Railtown's going to buy. And you've got 30 documents this thick, and they all have 2 or 3 attorneys proving how important their law degree was, and the fact that women are as good at being attorneys as men. And men are as good as the other men because they went to Harvard and the other guy went to Stanford. And it's all sorts of preening and peacock feathers and all sorts of crap that takes forever. And the shorts know it. The shorts know it. And hey, it worked. It worked. You got to give the shorts credit too. They took Bill Michael's 40,000 shares and Brandon Neely's friends 20,000 shares. It worked. It worked. They got the stock from them. And they just couldn't stand it anymore. But what I noticed about emotions, you won't remember. In 9 months when the stock's $30, you won't remember how your emotions were. You'll just be mad. Oh, shoot. Do you know I owned that stock? But you know what? I could be wrong. Maybe Bill Miko's right. Maybe AI 2.0 is a big fraud. Maybe AI Partnership Network is a big fraud. Maybe Railtown is a big fraud. And maybe this has all been a big con job. And maybe CJ Yukon's implication that somehow I'm upset because there's some con going on that I'm benefiting from somehow. Maybe they're all right. And the best thing is, you just get out. It's somebody else's money. What should I care anyway? It's y'all's money. Why am I so worked up about it? Am I missing something? Why should I care about somebody else's money? If you don't care about it, why should I care about it? And that is the world. The shorts make money every single day. Every single day they make money. And it disappoints me. I think Bill Miko, like I just said, I think he left $1 million on the table. But you know what? I think he really left $4 or $5 million on the table. If that stock went to 25 and the news was all made sense, he might hang on, and that stock might be sold for 250. He might have left $10 million on the table. That's how I see it. But he doesn't see it that way. We have a disagreement. We have a disagreement. And I respect his right and his decision to sell. Brandon's friend sold. Good on him. All of you guys, I don't care if all of you sell. Just sell. I'm not going to fight it anymore. I don't think I'm going to come on again on this stock. I really don't. Even when I'm trying to do something good, CJ Yukon is immediately attacking me like he's missing something. I'm worked up because I don't want you losing your money. I don't want you fear, uncertainty, and doubted out of this stock. But a guy as smart as Bill Miko is fudded out of his own stock because human emotion works the way human emotion works. And that's what the shorts make a living on. And it pisses me off. Excuse me very much. It pisses me off. It's not because I'm mad at Bill Miko. I'm mad at that the price discovery is wrong. The markets are not policed and everyone goes along with it. I'm sick of it all. But I don't think I'm going to come on anymore. It just drains me too much. I'll let the stock play out. The attorney's got a job to do. Let them play it into the ground. I've never seen an attorney make a fortune ever, except Peter Angelos maybe with a settlement on asbestos. But attorneys, it's a whole different world. I'm just tired of it. Political gamer, I'm tired of your comments, so I'm not going to comment on any of those. All right, so the summary of today is that Bill Miko ran out of time, and I think legitimately he said, oh, it's missing. It's missing for some reason. But he said something like he's investing it in his business. So I'm not going to come on tomorrow. I'm not going to come on this weekend. And I'm not going to come on Monday. And if you guys, if it turns out you've sold your shares, you've sold your shares. I can't do anything about it. But I'm just going to get on with my life. Bill Miko just got conned. He just got conned out of his stock. And it's a shame. That's the power of the shorts. Brandon's friend got conned out. That's the power of the shorts. Because all you look at is price. The price is false. The price is false, but that's all you look at. So that's where they got you. But before I go, I'm going to give you a scenario on Railtown. What if the attorneys finish their job on September 15th and Railtown is able to announce either that day or over the next days, or maybe it has to be in a filing at the end of the quarter. But what if Railtown announces that they have, through a combination of acquisition of a portion of the 400 million of the network partners and through the 5 sales agreements they've already announced, maybe it was 4 or 5, and maybe they have some more they're going to announce. But combining all of that, let's say Railtown is able to announce 40 million of annual recurring revenues. But Bill Miko doesn't believe that. That's fine. You don't have to. And CJ Yukon thinks because I'm getting worked up that maybe I'm hiding something. I'm not hiding anything, but whatever you want to think, I'm tired of fighting it. But if you got 40 million just this most recent list of multiples. Here's one right here at 40 million. Do you see my pen sticking here? There's 40 million in revenue at 88. Let's use that. Let's use that. Let's use 40 million with an 88 multiple. I just showed it to you. There's one out there. So 40 million at 88, that gives you $3.5 billion of market cap. That gives you a company worth 3.5 billion. And if we use 170 million shares, which is what this research report uses, 170 million shares, they don't have this many outstanding. That works out to a per share price of $20. $20.70. $20.70. If the lawyers get the documents done and Railtown acquires just one or two of the companies in the network that are doing 400 million in revenue, and Conductor in the contracts that they've announced is doing some sort of revenue, we just assume 40 million. I just showed you an 88 multiple on 40 million. That's a $20 stock. And Bill Miko just sold it for 46 cents, 48 cents. And so did Brandon's friend. So you're going to say to me, well, 88 is too much. All right, let's do it at 44. That's $10. Let's do it at 22 times. That's $5. But that's on 40 million in revenue. What if they do 100 million in revenue by the end of the year? Or they project 100 million in revenue? By the end of the year, they're able to project it. Bill ran out of time, so did Brandon Neely's guy, and maybe you have. You do what you want. But here's 100 million at 72x. 72x right here. Here's 100 million at 60x. Here's 100 million at 55x. And down here's 100 million at some other x. Let's just take, because I can't read it, let's just take 55x. That works out to $5.5 billion. That works out to $32 a share. $100 million, if they can forward project $100 million in annual recurring revenue, and you use a 55 multiple, that's a $5.5 billion company. Use 170 million shares. That's a $32 stock price. It doesn't have anything to do with lawyers, or they better get it done by September, or Bill Michael thinks it's going to go to 20 cents if they don't have news soon, or Brandon's friend, it just can't wait. None of it matters. Me being upset, me being calm. None of it matters. The reality is, if Wall Street is paying 55 times AI revenues of 100 million, I just showed you one, that's $32 a share. But let's say you'd say, no, let's do 25 times. Well, then it's $15 a share. All right, do 12.5 times. It's $7 a share. That's not going to work either. All right. I don't know. Do 6 times revenue. It's $3.50 a share. And Bill Miko's selling at 48 cents? I don't get it. That's why I get frustrated. I don't get it. Because the only thing that's happening is the attorneys are taking forever. The attorneys could be taking forever because it's all a fraud. What's the likelihood of that? I think very low, but it could be. The attorneys are taking forever because they just want to get a payday, but they're incompetent. So they're hiding their inability to actually do this kind of work. They're real estate attorneys. They're not securities attorneys. That could be. That could be. What's the odds of that? I think very low. The attorneys could be delaying. They're very good at what they do, but they're weaving a web of deceit and delay, and they're colluding with all the other attorneys so they all can make a lot of money. That's why they're delaying. And by doing that, they're going to destroy the companies because they're going to bankrupt it. Is it possible? I guess. I guess that's possible. I don't think so. Or the attorneys are working so hard and they had the deal wrapped up, but then the company announced 4 or 5 enterprise agreements, which I just read to you, And they had to reorganize all the documents. And who the hell knows? Maybe one of the guys that signed, one of the 160 companies, the guy signed it, but he had a heart attack and died. And now the attorneys have to go back and locate his children and get their signature. I'm making it up, but you don't know. Maybe the paperwork stretched out because of practical reasons. And maybe August was a holiday like I said it would be. And now the first week in September, everyone waddles back to work. And for some reason, that's when Bill Miko puts the pressure on his account. And I get worked up because I feel badly for him on that. But he's a big boy. He's already rich anyway. He doesn't need the 1 or 2 or 3 million that he's going to miss out on. He's already a rich man. So it's misplaced frustration on his behalf. But guys, just because the attorneys have taken 6 months doesn't mean they're running it into the ground. It doesn't mean it's a fraud. It doesn't mean that the deal's fallen apart. This research report assumes only Railtown, and it's $2. Yeah, I'm tired of fighting it. CJ Yukon believes that I'm hiding something because I'm so upset. I'm not going to be upset anymore. If you guys want to sell. I don't care. I really don't care. Do what the hell you want to do. That's good advice. So now what? Yeah, I just removed Political Gamer. Somebody just bought 10,000 shares. Let me look at 10 o'clock. It's probably a trade they did during the day. I don't see it, but my service doesn't see everything. It's just what E-Trade gives. It's probably a trade that happened during the day, and they didn't want you to see the buying, so they reported it after hours. And it's another con job. And I feel I really do feel pain that Bill, Miko, and Brandon's friend got fooled by these guys. But I can't, I can only lead a horse to water. I can't make them. Can't make him drink it. Yeah, I just think, Dennis, it was reporting after hours. That's all. All right, so tomorrow, whatever happens, Monday, whatever happens, I'm tired of fighting it. I've given it my all. I really don't have much more to say about Railtown. So I thought I saw something from I'm Almost Legend, but I don't see it here anymore. So I don't have a way of telling what you said. It's all gone. I don't know why. I just see So Now What and Dennis Alex. I don't see anything else. So I'm sorry, I'm Almost Legend, and anybody else that said anything. But you know what? I'm just tired of fighting it. You guys want to believe that the stock price is actually telling you something accurate, you can believe it. Bill Michael believes that price is telling something that he can rely on. He can sell. So can you. If you want to sell, please sell. I'm tired of fighting it. I really am. I'd love to see you guys make money. But if you don't want to, and you think that I'm doing this because of some benefit to myself, I'm tired of convincing you otherwise. Go listen to Benedetto, to Ham and Borders and their ideas. You'll get rich. And go ahead. Bill Michael has a September. So does Randy. So does Neely's friend. The September deadline, first week in September. Hey guys, it didn't work by now. Bill's correct. Sell half your position because obviously there's something wrong with the story. The lawyers are taking so long. The only thing you can assume is the story is bad. If that's what you want to act on, you act on it. Personally, what I think it means is the story has gotten bigger. I think the attorneys have a bigger nest, a ball of string to unwind. They have a bigger problem to paper up. To me, that's the only explanation other than holidays. But guys, I'm not going to fight it anymore. I'm not going to come on tomorrow, this weekend, or Monday. I'm taking it off. I'm going to read my book on sugar, and I'm going to get other things done. I'm tired of fighting it. Randy and Bill and Brandon's friend, listen to them. They're telling you it's time's up, time's up. I did my best. I really did. And I hope people don't sell. But if you want to, on that flimsy belief that somehow the CEO can come out and put his company at risk of class action lawsuits by violating the rules and his attorney's advice, therefore you're pissed off, go ahead and sell. It's not the stock for you. I think you need to chase rainbows with the latest stock that's going to squeeze. But before you get idiotically convinced to sell your stock because you got to buy some equipment for 20 grand that's going to change your life. Look at SoundHound. The symbol is SOUN. SoundHound. They're doing revenue which is comparable to what can be anticipated for the combined company of Railtown. That stock is trading at a market cap of $5.5 billion, and SoundHound doesn't make a profit so far. At $5.5 billion, you got a $30 stock. But hey, they didn't get it done by September. So damn it, I got things to do with my shares. I got to buy some equipment. I think it's going to be some of the most expensive equipment Bill Michael ever bought in his lifetime. But hey, I've got my opinion. He's got his. He's fully entitled to his opinion. And I wonder why I spend so much time. I'm just mostly what I say repeats itself. And then CJ at UConn assumes that my motives are bad, that he's missing. I'm just sick of it. I really am. I let the shorts win. There's no upside. There's no upside here for me. None. Absolutely none. I'll give you an updated share count when I can. But at this moment, I don't intend to come back on about Railtown. You guys can, you're left to it. Get your advice on Railtown from Frank Benedetto. He's got your interests in mind. And, you know, spread your money around in all these other shitty plays. I'm just tired of educating you on what the criminals do. The markets are corrupt to the core, and Railtown is your way out. And to listen to Bill Miko selling because it's September, that's ridiculous. For Bill to sell because he needs to buy equipment, okay, hey, you got to do what you got to do. It's going to be some expensive equipment, though, but you got to do what you got to do. That's life. It's just how it is. You know, you can be right on a trade and run out of time. And that sounds like what happened to Bill. He needed to buy some equipment or put it in his, I forget what he said, but he had to put the money in his business where he's making money on his money. Fair enough. Fair enough. I can't fight it anymore. I just can't fight it anymore. Oh, there. Okay. Hi, I'm Almost Legends. Greetings and blessings. Same to you. Peace. Positive energy and prayers to you. Oh, you're the best. Thank you. I know you're understandably frustrated, wanted to stop talking about it. But imagine if you weren't doing it, everyone would be out. That's true enough. All right, so I take it back. Right at this moment, I feel like not talking about it ever again. But let's see how I feel in the morning. All right, I'll take it back. Maybe I'll talk tomorrow. But what's the point? I'm Almost Legend. Bill Miko is a wealthy man. He's a smart guy. And just for a very arbitrary reason, I guess September 4th was his deadline, September 4th. I guess I got to grow up and just understand that people make their decisions. It's out of my control. So now what? All right, I won't give up on it, but I'm at the end of my rope. Daniel, sorry, I'm waiting. So don't shut down again. All right, I won't. I'm Almost Legend, but it's only because you're asking. If anybody else asked, take a 3-day weekend. No, I already had one. I'm your hope. I'm not your hope. I'm not your hope. I'm not your hope. I don't understand how. I mean, it was clear to anyone that August was going to be a goner. And of course, that's painful to get through. And then September, you got to give September a chance. But anyway, what's done's done. What's done is done. All right, I'm Almost Legend. Only you can convince me. I'm not logical. That's true. It's emotional. And I love a good saying. Yeah. I'm thinking emotionally. You're right. I also don't understand how CJ Yukon, I get so worked up on behalf of Bill Miko, by the way. But then it's taken as if I've got I'm hiding something. I'm not being paid by Railtown. I do not have an agreement with Railtown. I'm not getting a bonus from Railtown. I'm not getting paid by the shorts or the longs or the in-betweens. There's nothing in this for me. I wouldn't mind later on to do something with some of you guys if you make money, but there's not a single one of you I have a tie-up with. So why am I doing it? I don't know. But I won't go away. I won't go away. I'll come back on tomorrow. I'll come on tomorrow. Even though I don't want to. One monkey can't stop a show. Well, it depends on the monkey. Do you ever meet King Kong? No, there's more than 196 of you. It is 198, and Bill Miko still has his shares. So that's 198. It's 198. You gave me a good laugh and smile when you took it back. Thank you, Sir William. You're really a great man with a level of empathy that is lacking in most people today. So I and many of us say, what's wrong with you, man? What are you going on about? Maybe I was just going to try to watch Djokovic tomorrow. That's going to be tough. He's got to beat Carlos Alcaraz. Simply called passion. Got passion. Well, I wonder if I won something with my Powerball. Maybe that's my hope. Many of us appreciate you more than you know. Thank you again for everything and continued blessings. Exactly. Exactly. All right, it's 5:16. I'm sorry Bill sold out, but he still has 40. He still has 40,000. And I'm sorry Brandon's friend sold out. He doesn't have anything. But hey, that's life, isn't it? So I will come on tomorrow. I'm sorry I was so impertinent to say I wouldn't. I'm just going to have to come up with some content that's not repeating the same thing. And then, I'll just ignore the blindingly illogical. Bill's second reason made more sense than his first reason. His second reason, if you have a need for the money, well, then you do. That makes sense. And I can't blame him for that. So anyway, I wish everyone peace. I hope the children in Gaza Strip can get food and medicine before they die, before their bodies are permanently damaged by the evil that's being inflicted on them by Israel. I pray for those children. I pray for the children in Ukraine. Pray for the children here that have been trafficked. And I pray for peace in the world. I wish each of you peace.